Okay, so now I have marked. I actually went down the side and marked some of the 1.5s down because I know that I'm going to have some there. And I might as well work my way around. So I'm going to come down, and again, I'm going to follow my chalk line. I'm going to go in and out. I do have a little bit of adhesive on my ditch ruler. That way it's not going to slip. Up to the next line. Position. In. Out. Pause. You can always hit your stop. Up. Position. In. Out. Stop. Up. Position. In. Out. Stop. Position. Take into account any shift of your fabric. In. Out. Line up. Up. I'm going to go in. Back. And now I'm going to work my way around here in that fan. Okay, so now stop. I'm going to grab my longer ditcher for that diagonal. Up. Over. Down. Up. Over. Down. Up. Over. Down. Up. Over. Down. Now, I'm a few away from my circle, so I'm not going to worry about doing the bottom portion of my circle, and in just a second I will show you how I'm going to handle that. Down. Up. Check my positioning. So on my next one, that's the last full down. So what I'm going to do to save myself a little time is I'm going to come down, ditch over, ditch up to the circle, back, over, up, over, down to the circle, up, stop. So now I've hit that last section right here in that circle for the texture. Now I'm going to repeat that on the other side. So now we're doing the left. I'm going to come away. And again, I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to come over and head up and touch the circle so that I don't forget that little section right there where it touches and comes back. Okay, so a few things that I added as we look at the texture of this now that it's done. I went into the middle portion, I added two lines, straight lines on the outside. It just kind of added a really nice look to it. And as we scooch down, you can kind of see the texture. And between the big and the little circles, I added another one. And that just gives it that really cool modern effect. All the way down to the corner ditch work. And of course back this way. Again, you can see I added that extra line there between those two. She wanted circles in the border. So there we have it. So now we're going to roll and we're going to move on. Okay, so now we have rolled the quilt, and what I'm going to do is I've got my piano keys down to here, and of course on the side border we're going to work from the center out, not coming all the way to the edge. I'm going to do just like we did on the top border with some piano keys coming down. But I don't know how far I'm going to go, so I don't want to leave this unquilted. So as you folks know, whenever I leave an area unquilted, I still want to go ahead and baste it. So I'm going to put my stitches at 5 stitches per inch, and I'm simply going to do a nice curve just to kind of base that in place so that when I roll back and forth, everything is going to stay the way it needs to stay. The thing is, you always want to remember, you want to go back and put that on 12 stitches per inch when you actually start doing your regular stuff again. So now, again, I have rolled and I am ditching. And then I'm going to baste this border as I work my way down, just like we did on the other side. And I'm going to sneak across in that piano key. And then I'm going to come down. Come down, come down, come down. There we go. Lock my stitches. Okay, so now we've rolled the quilt. I have basted the border on the outer edge over here, and of course did the ditch work. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ditch this section first, just to keep this part of the quilt stable. And then we're going to go in and we're going to ditch all of the diagonals, all of these. And then we'll talk about what we're going to put in each of these sections. Now we're starting our diagonal ditch work. Now I'm going to be true to her ditch, which is not straightly pieced, so to speak. So I am still going to be true to her ditch. And you can see there are some places where I can kind of fake it, but when we get here, I'm still going to come over and be true to her ditch. Be true to her ditch. Stop my machine, roll forward because I'm not going to miss out on this inch down here. Okay, so here we are in this section. I've ditched all of these sections here. And what I'm going to do now is this one I actually went ahead and went in and did filler just to give us some positive negative space. That's something that you'll see when we turn the heavy lights off, and you can see that wonderful texture. So this has a nice swirl filler in it. This right here, if we can get a nice tight shot in on that. So what I've done here is I've gone ahead, I split it down the middle, and then I went an inch and a half out, 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 just to give it some straight lines up and down to kind of marry into the corner piano keys up on the border that we were doing. Now, if we zoom out just a little bit, zoom out. What I'm doing here in this section is I'm actually starting at the top and I'm going down an inch and a half to do horizontal straight lines. I'm doing it on that side, and then I'm also going to do it on this side. Let me grab my glasses. Come all the way down, and the oddball one is going to be here, right down by the edge. But this will match what we have going on over here if we want to slowly come over here. And so that'll match that. So that's what we're doing there. Now over here in this particular corner right here, we're actually going to do some filler. And then what I've done over here is I have gone ahead and I did a 45 degree here. I did a chalk line right here in that 45 and went inch and a half out all the way out. So we have some straight lines going in different directions. Here, they're on the 45. Here, they're going to be horizontal. And then here, they are vertical, just to give some nice texture for this piece as we work our way down. So that is the plan. I've got this marked. I'm going to go ahead and quilt these straight lines. Okay, so now I've got my areas marked. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to use my other ditch ruler because it's long enough. And I'm going to go over, back, follow the ditch up, take it off of my cruise mode. Let's go back to 100 cruise. Okay, that's a little too fast. That was for my filler edge to edge. Let me snip my tail here. Line that up. Over. Back. Ditch. Over. Back. Ditch. Over. Back. Over. Back. I'm going to follow this up. And now I'm going to head over and I'm going to come down the other side.